Hello, I'm visiting Kuala Lumpur on a tight budget to see the botanical gardens, interesting museums, the historical Chinatown, its temples, night markets, along with lots of famous landmark and off-beaten-path attractions. Of course, getting around for cheap, feasting on lots of inexpensive tasty food, and ending the night with a drink high up on a helicopter pad. All free. Anything I can do, you can do. Kuala Lumpur literally means muddy river confluence, grown from a small, sleepy Chinese tin mine village to a bustling metropolis and the seat of the federal capital and the largest city in Malaysia. Today, tourism plays an important role in the city's service-driven economy. It has become the 6th most visited city in the world, with 8.9 million visitors annually. Its popularity is credited to the great public transportation, vibrant nightlife, shopping, gardens, and many other cultural landmarks. Kuala Lumpur can be reached by bus from major cities across Malaysia and Singapore, but I arrived by plane, so let's get out of the airport. I'm going to teach everyone how to get down to the city the cheapest and the easiest way. So I think that is the way I'm going to go. We're going to go here, down the ramp. So after you come down the ramp, you need to get the tickets, of course, and I think it's right over there. If you want to come to this area, you buy one of the tickets here for 11 ringgit or about 250 US. The airport shuttles will drop you off at the Kuala Lumpur's integrated transportation hub Central Station, which offers light rail, monorail, and buses to other parts of the city and other cities in Malaysia. We'll start by touring from the east side of Klang River, the older part in the heart of Kuala Lumpur. It's Chinatown, an area that never sleeps and far more colorful and bustling than the bigger and more glamorous neighbors. Now this used to be the old Kuala Lumpur, but as the Chinese community grew, it was renamed the Chinatown in 1857. And as you can see, it became what it is today. This is a well-known bargain hunter's paradise, a place where you can find all sorts of stuff from Chinese herb to imitation goods. At night, the main market area, the paddling street, transformed into a lively and vibrant night market, filled with hundreds of stalls offering all kinds of goods at dirt cheap prices. And the best thing is, the price can be brought down even lower, as haggling is a way of life here.
Welcome to Seacare Hotel, Kuala Lumpur.
Chinatown is also filled with inexpensive hostels and budget hotels, and this is where I stayed. I'd like to thank Seacare Hotel Produce for providing me with accommodation during the first part of filming of this episode. It has excellent, clean, comfortable rooms at a great value with free in-suite Wi-Fi and bottled water. Not to mention amazing breakfast.
And you have omelette.
For those of you who like hostels, I stay at the Bird Nest for the second part of the filming. It's also located in Chinatown and offers an open atmosphere and minutes away from many of the famous Buddhist and Hindu temples. Thanks guys! One of those Hindu temples is Sir Mahamariamman, the oldest functioning Hindu temple in Malaysia dating back to 1873. It is situated at the edge of the Chinatown. Built in South Indian style, the temple's most outstanding feature is the 5 impressive terrace towers. It is popularly worshipped by overseas Indians, especially Tamils, because she is looked upon as the protector during the journey to foreign lands. Just a minute away is another temple. So this is the Guandi temple, and it was built in 1888 here in Chinatown to commemorate the Taoist goddess of war. Many other devotees believe that Guandi's weapon has special powers, and they will be blessed by touching or lifting the 59-kilogram copper sword 3 times. 3 minutes away is another historic and the oldest Taoist temple in Kuala Lumpur, Sinzi Siya Temple. Now the oldest temple here built by the Chinese is this one. It was built in 1864 during the communal struggle to come to Kuala Lumpur. The temple entrance featured 2 sedan chairs that are more than 100 years old, and before a major exam, many local Chinese students flocked to Sanziya Temple to pray for good luck from Or Chen, who is a god of education in Chinese mythology. It's really hot, so I ran across the street to another Kuala Lumpur's famous landmark, the Central Market. Founded in 1888, it was originally a meat and vegetable market. The current Art Deco style building was completed in 1937 with the interior consisting of 2 floors with air conditioning. So here I'm at the Central Market, and as you can see, you can get basically everything from food to fashion accessories. But the key is all the same when you go to any market all over the globe, and that is to bargain and bargain hard. The first floor consists of shops arranged in a stall concept representing the traditional market that have existed in Kuala Lumpur since the 1800s, with many sections featuring local Malay, Chinese and Indian traditional products. And I am not surprised, in this market you can even get your palm bread. The second floor hosts a food court offering an array of Asian cuisines, which are overpriced and out of my shoestring budget. But don't you worry, there's lots and lots of inexpensive food in Chinatown, and for $2 you can eat like a loyal prince. I recommend you try out the Chinese BBQ meat with rice. They are very filling, inexpensive, and can be found everywhere. So what I have here is roasted pork, barbecue pork, and also some chickens. And I'm eating it with some of my favorite, which is actually roasted eggs. My mom makes them, so I hope they are as good as my mom's. It's called char siu, literally means pork roasted, a popular way to flavor and prepare barbecue meat in Cantonese cuisine. Our next destination will require the use of public transportation, and thank goodness Kuala Lumpur has an excellent public network of subways, monorails, and free buses. Yes, you heard it, free buses. The GoKL, a free city bus meant to serve Kuala Lumpur Central Business District and improve the public mobility in and across Chinatown, Bukit Bintang, and the city center. It even comes with a free onboard Wi-Fi, sweet. However, the faster way to get around the city is KL Light Rail Transit or LRT and KL Monorail. The fare is based on the distance and is relatively inexpensive. Based on my experience, an average ride costs approximately 75 cents. I recommend you buy a My Rapid card for 10 ringgit and preload it with store value, which allow you to save time from lining up at the ticket machine. I ended my day by visiting the most recognizable landmark in Malaysia. Well, I'm very certain everyone knows Malaysia's most famous landmark right behind me, the Petronas Tower. We are going to go inside the building but not up. The reason is the amount of time we have to spend queuing for the tickets, and just the cost of tickets about $25 US. The reason for that is there's many alternatives, such as lots of rooftop restaurants and bars where it's free. Yes, I will show you our alternative later. The 88-floor towers are constructed largely out of reinforced concrete with a steel and glass facade designed to resemble a motif found in Islamic art, a reflection of Malaysia's Muslim religion. The interior of the tower highlights a Malaysian cultural inspiration to the design through the cultural fabric and carving typical of the culture. At the feet of the Petronas Tower is Suria KLCC, one of the largest upscale retail centers in the country, featuring mostly foreign luxury goods and high street labels. The exterior is surrounded by KLCC Park, a public park designed to provide greenery to the Petronas Twin Towers. As promised, I said I will show you a budget alternative. The catch is you need to book a chopper to take you out here. Just joking. Actually, all you need is one drink minimum to enjoy the 36th floor rooftop of the Heli Lounge Bar. Well, I hope everyone took my advice of not paying for 90 to go up there or 100 to go there, but rather just go and buy a nice drink right here at this bar and you get to enjoy the 360 view from magnificent, equally as magnificent outdoor view of the Kuala Lumpur. The average price of a drink is around $7, a lot better than the $25 at the Petronas Tower. But don't be late for the departure, since you will need to arrive between 6 PM to 9 PM to access the rooftop for free. But our night is not over yet. Emily's actually taking me out to all kind of interesting places here in Kuala Lumpur to try out different food, and this is definitely one of them. It's actually really cheap and it looks amazing. And it's run by Indian Muslims. They are called mamaks, and they are run 24 hours a day. Malaysia is hot, so make sure you drink lots of water. You'll find lots of stalls across the city serving up fresh, pre-cut fruits and smoothies for all under 50 cents. This is why I have a breakfast before continuing. I begin my day by exploring the west side Kling River. My first stop is the Merdeka Square or Independent Square, accessible by the free KL Go Bus purple route. It was here the British Union flag was lowered and the Malaysian flag was hosted for the first time at midnight on August 31st, 1957. The opposite side of the street is a home to the National Textile Museum, located inside an old Mughal-style heritage building. The museum showcased the origin, development, and technique of the local textiles and the role they had in the rich and diverse heritage of Malaysia. The museum is divided to 4 galleries arranged over 2 floors. The Buhan Budi Gallery covers the tools, materials, and techniques of textiles making over the ages. The Palenji Gallery exhibits different types of batik over the years, collections from Chinese, Baba, and other local communities, which are rich in use of gold thread and beadings. Across the street is another free museum. The National Music Museum showcases a musical instrument from different regions across Malaysia. An eye-catching centerpiece is a replica of a huge colorful decorative drums. It was used in the opening ceremony of the 1998 Commonwealth Games in Kuala Lumpur. One display is dedicated to P. Ram Lee, who's probably Malaysia's most popular singer, actor, director, musician, and songwriter. His peaceful tone plays in the background, giving the museum a nostalgic atmosphere. Next door is a city gallery where you can get a nice selfie in front of the I Love New York sign. KL. Along the way to the next attraction, we briefly drop by the Kuala Lumpur railway station. It's nicknamed the Residence Station due to its proximity to the residence of the British residents. Also, a few minutes walking distance, I pay a quick visit to a National Planetarium complex. Now, here at the National Planetarium, they even have a markup of a Stonehenge. So, if you can't get to the real thing because it's too expensive or too hard to get to, come here, it's free. The National Museum of Malaysia and the Museum of Malay World Ethnology are also located nearby, but given my time constraint, I had to pass on. Finally, I reached my green sanctuary inside the metropolis, the Lake Garden or the Padana Botanical Garden. Established in 1880 as a colonial-era park, is a brainchild of Alfred Venning, the British state treasurer for Zagor. Its plan includes an experimental economic garden with planted ornamental flowering trees and shrubs. This is middle of the city, and they have a botanical garden. So if you're sick of urban areas and high-rise, you can come here to get some nature. And if you can listen carefully, this sound of birds. The National Monument is also located within the garden, a sculpture that commemorates those who have died in Malaysia's struggle for freedom. It's the world's tallest bronze freestanding sculpture grouping. This is the National Monument, and the reason there's no flag out there is because the soldiers just took them down. They do this every single day, and in the morning they raise it back up 365 days a year. I also passed by Kuala Lumpur City Hall on the way home for a nice rest, because I am not staying home tonight. So I'm waiting for my laundry to dry right now, and I'm not going to waste my time inside that laundry store, so I thought it might be interesting to try out some local noodles. And this place was recommended to me from next door, and so this is what I'm going to have there. It's curry. The total damage, only $1.50. Yeah, go ahead. But my night is not over yet. Emily, who's camera shy, decided to take me to Kuala Lumpur's most famous food destinations, the Angkor Street. So, first up, Lok Lok Hot Pot. Skewered meat, seafood, and vegetables which are freshly cooked in all sorts of flavored broth and can be dipped in a number of chili sauce and gravies. Just so you know, I give Emily all the credit for choosing all these wonderful food. Oh my god, okay, this is mushrooms, fried mushrooms. And this is also more fried mushrooms. Oh my god, looks, and I guess chicken?
Chicken and beef.
Whoa. Thank you so much. However, I'm not leaving this market without tasting two of its specialty local seafood. This is fried oysters with Oh my god, looks so good. With eggs. And what happens is there's chili sauce and you can just, I guess, dip it in it. So second dish is actually fried stingray. It's called Ikan Bakar. And it translates into burnt fish, but it's a stingray. So Malays really like their food spicy. So what they do is they squeeze a lime over it. I hope I'm doing it right. Next day, before my Kuala Lumpur journey come to an end, I dropped by the Little India to grab a vegetarian Hindu meal and some spices to take home. Given that I only have 2 days, I didn't visit the Batu Cave. It's just an hour away from Kuala Lumpur and accessible from the central station. It's a limestone hill that has series of caves and cave temples. The cave is one of the most popular Hindu shrines outside of India and is dedicated to Lord Marusam. It's a focal point of Hindu festival Taifism in Malaysia. So if you got time, check it out. I also dropped by the Kuala Lumpur hostel. Even though I didn't stay with them, I still want to thank them in person for offering me accommodation. From the central station, I returned to the airport the same way by a shuttle bus costing $2.50. However, if you're in a hurry, you can consider taking the KLIA express train for about $12.50 each way. With that being done, I hope you enjoy your time in Kuala Lumpur, and don't forget to like, share, comment on this video, and subscribe to our channel. Connect with us on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, and Pinterest. Thanks for watching.